Today we're very much honored to have with us here in the studio Asmaa Khattab, the founder of Walk Like an Egyptian. How did the idea of Walk Like an Egyptian campaign come to you? What originated the whole idea?
I was originally graduated from Faculty of Tourism and Hotels, section tour guiding. When I graduated, I was full of energy and passion to work as a tour guide because I think this is the most important job in tourism. The tourists see the tour guide most of the time. So if the tour guide is a good tour guide, the tourist will most likely come back to Egypt. If not, then most probably not. So I was really looking forward to start working as a tour guide. But when I started working as a tour guide in tourism, I found some missing points in tourism. I found the experience for the travelers or the tourists is not complete. They come to visit Egypt from the hotel to the pyramids, then back to the hotel. Then after they finish their sightseeing in Cairo, they go to Luxor, from the cruise to the temple, to the cruise to the temple.
The traditional thing.
The traditional program. They don't go to the places we like to eat. They don't walk in the streets. They don't experience the Egyptian experience. So I felt that there is a missing part in the tourism. So I decided to start Walk Like an Egyptian. I didn't have a clear idea on what I really wanted to do, but my main purpose was to show Egypt as I like it. Egypt, the food, the outings, the history, the heritage, but mostly the heritage and history, because I love history. Our heritage is very rich, and we should tell the world about it and be proud about it. So the first step I created, or I did, was to create a Facebook page in 2012. And I decided to name it Walk Like an Egyptian because I wanted the world, everyone, Egyptians, non-Egyptians, to see Egypt how I like it, like how we Egyptians like it. And I started posting things like about Shari Abdel Salam and his movies, Hassan Fathi and his architecture, Reda Troupe and their discovery of the Egyptian heritage through the dances. So it's not only the history, of course I posted other pictures about the temple, the history, but it's a mix.
The whole cultural experience.
Yes, what makes Egypt for us, like what we grew up watching, seeing.
So Ramadan was again part of that experience, because during Ramadan most of these activities are manifested.
Yes. So the first step, I was just posting some posts on Facebook, sharing and writing blogs about what I like. Then the second step was in 2013, where, after the 30th of June, and I started to see that now we have a political map and things should be starting to become stable. So I hope more people come to visit Egypt. So I did a short cycling campaign with my friends. We went cycling to touristic destinations, unknown touristic destinations, like the Nilometer, Ahmed Shawki Museum. And we send a message that we are young people cycling in the streets. Egypt is safe. Come visit and explore unknown destinations in Egypt. But I wanted to encourage more and more people to visit. And one of my main goals when I started working more and on the idea of Walk Like an Egyptian, because I do it with passion. So there's an idea that comes, then another idea, and it keeps developing. So I found that we really have so much unused potential when it comes to the sightseeing, the history and heritage that can be put in programs that people can enjoy. So this, when it came the main phase of Walk Like an Egyptian, January 2015, this is, I consider, the real start of Walk Like an Egyptian, the walking tours. This is when I started looking for what's in Egypt in general, but mainly in Cairo, because I live in Cairo. I started to research all the sightseeing, the monuments, the history, and to see how can I put it in tours. And this was the most challenging, interesting part, because even for me, I didn't know most of the places, and I needed to figure out where they are.
That's the whole point, because we, as Egyptians, we don't regularly visit all the gems that we have. And it was very strange, because when, for my experience, when my children grew up and they went to Canada and they came back, they started knowing from their friends about places in Egypt that they want to visit, and they started rediscovering, and the outings took a whole new level. But they stopped and they dropped the idea of going to restaurants and cafes and fifth settlement or in high-end places, and they started, you know, exploring the, like, walking around the streets in Zamalek and Maadi to just discover the architectural style of the building, to appreciate the art galleries, to appreciate the historical places in around Cairo. So yes, that's
so this
important.
is exactly what I started working on, is to discover and also to know the story behind it, like why it's important, why it is that beautiful, what makes it unique, and how
that's what we do when we travel abroad.
And to see how can I put it in a tour that people enjoy, like they mix it with a stop, if possible, in a small local shop or eat somewhere nearby, because I'm also very keen on supporting the local communities. This was the main purpose I started like in 2013, the cycling campaign. I saw that there are people suffering when there is less tourism, there is no tourism, and people who work in tourism sector suffer, and people especially who don't have much education. They know maybe they are very good in doing craft, or they're very good in working as a waiter, for example. If there is no tourism, they suffer, and it's part of our social responsibility to help these people, not by giving them money, but by bringing people to them, because they want to work, they love what they do. So we try to benefit local communities as well wherever we go. So
that's interesting. What has Walk Like an Egyptian initiative achieved so far?
First of all, now mostly we covered Cairo. I would say 95%, because there's still always something to discover in Cairo when it comes to the history. We have at least 10 different tours, walking tours in Cairo that we are able to do, and we try to do every now and then. When we first started, most of the places we used to go to, no one knew about it. Such as, for example, all the Islamic monies, the historic Cairo, with all the treasure it has. Like, now many people know about it, and we are proud that us and of course other people who worked on bringing awareness to these places, more people know about it and visit it, like Housh Besha in the Southern Cemetery. This is the royal tombs of Muhammad Ali family, near to Imam al-Shafi'i mausoleum. We do a regular tour in the Northern Cemetery, which is known by the City of the Dead, where there are very beautiful Mamluk monuments, glass blower, and royal tombs. And all the part of historic Cairo, like Ibn Tulun, Sultan Hassan, Bab al-Wazir Street, Darb al-Ahmar, Al-Ghuriyya area.
The gates?
Yeah, the gates, like everywhere, downtown Zamalek. Like, people at the beginning, they think, why we go this? We before COVID, we used to go to make tours in the garbage city, or the district of garbage collectors in Manshiat Nasser, which is also very beautiful.
They make art out of
it. There is the Cave Church. It's a very important place, very beautiful, with beautiful art sculpted in the in the hill. There's also the association of APE, which they recycle the garbage and make very beautiful, high quality crafts that they export now everywhere, many places in the world. So we try to show the people also the positive initiatives, because sometimes people tend to see the negative part of the image. They complain there are bad things, like in any country in the world there are always bad things. So we try to show, no, there's also positive things, people who are trying to making change, and here they are, here or here, someone making a nice project, a nice association or a nice hotel, someone doing something for the community, or serving food from the heart. For example, in Alexandria, there is a very small restaurant in very unknown places. Like, we need every time to go with by GPS because like it's very, very narrow streets. But he's serving like very delicious food, and he do it with passion. It's like special place. So we try to see the people as well, and that's the beauty of Egypt, the history, the people, everything, like the mix of all.
Yes, we do have hidden gems.
Yes.
You know, and like few years ago, I discovered that place in Helwan, Rukn Farouk. And it's by the Nile, and I was amazed, actually. The king used to go there, spend the weekend, and everything is there, it's intact, and I felt so sorry that why isn't that place not on the touristic map? Why aren't people going to these places? When we go abroad, we could visit just a place where someone who invented cheese used to live, for example, and that's, you know, It's nothing compared to what we have. So it's very unfortunate, but the good news is that people like you and your friends, you are shedding light on these places and bringing the tourists who would spread the word when they come and discover these hidden gyms.
Exactly. So since the day I started the walking tours in 2015, so almost now 7 years, time flies.
Time flies.
Yeah, but I know that it was very challenging. But with the time, people would know about the places, and with more awareness, there will be more demand, and more people will come, and not necessarily with walk like an Egyptian. Like, my idea is to support the Egyptian tourism in general, so they can come with us or other people or go alone. But we need them to know about these places. Like, we need more people to visit and to see everything. So we have lots of varieties, and actually this is what made Egyptian tourism like 100 years ago. Yes. I always say, like, tourism that we have in Egypt was done, for example, by I don't know if I can mention names. It's closed now, company. Thomas Cook and Son. It's like doesn't exist anymore. But they wrote the programs on what people can visit in Egypt. They built their hotels. They made their cruises, and people like, oh, nice. So programs.
Someone has to start.
Someone has to start. And since that time, not many people introduced new experiences or new places to the tourism. So I feel sorry for that, because it's Egypt. Like, we have very rich history, heritage, diversity, everything. We deserve to be in a better place when it comes to tourism. Indeed. So I believe in this. I'm working on this so hard. Like, I work in a day working for this preparation, maybe more than 12 hours a day.
Wow.
But I'm not tired. I do it with love, because I know Egypt will deserve a better place. I believe in the butterfly effect. So I do my part, and I know other people will do their part.
Since you're doing it with love and devotion, it's definitely paying off.